We're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. Man, they are looking scary. Today, we're going to go over the bench. We're going to go over Stephen Curry. We're going to go over the pending return of Klay Thompson. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get straight into it. Okay, guys, so the Golden State Warriors. Wow. 14-2 as I was making this video. They just come off a really impressive win over the Detroit Pistons without Draymond Green, Otto Porter, Andre Iguodala, and, yes, Stephen Curry. I mean, they're absolutely balling at the moment, as you can see. And today, I'm going to tell you guys why I think they are the biggest threat in the West and why I believe they are the biggest threat in the West. At the end of the day, it's just my opinion. I want you guys to get in the comment section down below and let me know if you agree or if you think that another team is above them at the moment. Who do you see beating the Golden State Warriors? We're going to go over Stephen Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, the impressive start from the bench, and man, also, one thing I'm really surprised about, the defense. The defense has been absolutely unreal. The similarities to the 14 and 16 run they had, I really want to talk about that and just see what you guys think of that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I want to do a little bit more videos like this. Please drop down a comment down below the next topic you want me to talk about. We can have a debate, but comment down below who you guys think the biggest threat is in the Western Conference. Let's get into it. We're going to start with Stephen Curry. So, I wanted to make this video a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, I just wanted to see how this team would mesh, how the chemistry would go. And I thought after seeing today's game, you know what? I'm making this video. This is all off the top of my head, but this is what I feel. I want to start with Stephen Curry. We're going to go through some of the starters, and then we'll move to the bench. Stephen Curry is playing at an all-time MVP level. Now, I watched Stephen Curry in the 14-15 season when he won the 2 MVPs, one unanimous. I don't know if he was playing better than he is now. His last 2 games, 9+ threes. He is around that mark basically every game. He's averaging around, I think it's like 33 points in the last four games. Absolutely crazy. He had the 20-point quarter against the Cleveland Cavaliers the other day to basically win the game for the Dubs when they couldn't even shoot the ball into the ocean. And the Brooklyn Nets game, man, he was superb in the Brooklyn Nets game. Basically outdueled the next MVP frontrunner in Kevin Durant. We also had Steph against the Chicago Bulls, Alex Caruso, Lonzo Ball, physical defense, dropped the 40 piece. This man is ridiculous. He's already had 50 against the Atlanta Hawks. I think he leads the league, the highest scoring of the year, the 50-point game against the Atlanta Hawks. And is he slowing down? Like I said, I don't know if Steph was playing as good as he was in the 2014-2016 run as he is now. We don't even have Klay Thompson back. So a lot of teams are throwing like box and ones at Steph. And I mean, Steve Kerr's system and offense is just absolutely perfect for Steph. I mean, the constant movement, the shaking of the opponents, it's absolutely unreal. I mean, I was just watching something before, and it was Steph created, I think, 33 scoring opportunities in the final quarter. He scored on, I think, 22 of them. I mean, absolutely unreal. It's not just the scoring as well. Stephen Curry's defense, he's playing some really good D this year. I mean, if you guys don't believe me, go watch some of his games. There was a clip the other day of him just locking up James Harden. His defense is improved out of sight as well. He actually is a pretty good on-ball defender. He's not reaching as much as he used to. I mean, he did pick up them ticky-tack fouls when he was reaching, but at the moment, he's my front runner for the MVP. I can't wait to see what he's going to be like once Klay Thompson returns, once you actually can't double off Klay, off Steph. It's gonna be scary hours. I think Steph is currently leading the MVP, and if he keeps playing like this, they keep winning 14-2. He's winning the MVP. I mean, who's stopping him? Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic is up there. Nikola Jokic up there, I must say. Luka Doncic is definitely up there as well. DeMar DeRozan, but Steph is absolutely balling. He's a joy to watch. I love watching Steph, and I mean, I don't really know anyone else who don't agree with me. I mean, the way he moves, the way he shoots. There was a clip the other day of him shooting over 2 Cleveland Cavaliers players in that final quarter. Ridiculous. He had that real crazy game against the Clippers. He has struggled, though. He's not shooting the ball as good as he normally is, and that's a scary side. If he starts shooting the ball crazy, like he normally does, man, rip to the league. He's only like 83s off Ray Allen. He passed Reggie Miller. He's almost passed Ray Allen. 30, 40 games, 20 games, he's going to pass it. He's already hit 85 threes in 15 games. This man is ridiculous. Stephen Curry, the MVP frontrunner. I want to talk about the other starters and why they are contributing for the Golden State Warriors. Okay, so I want to talk about the the second guard and your forward. Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins. Let's start with Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, the rise of JP3. I think he averaged 12 points last year. It's gone up to around 18. He dropped 32 points today against the Pistons, and he was unbelievable. Man, JP, he is... one thing I will say is he's been up and down this year. We can all admit that. But some of his games this year had that real breakout game against the Charlotte Hornets. He backed it up against the Pelicans. I think it was 2 30-point games, or it was 28, 27. He had 32 today. That is a career high for JP3. If his constant rise keeps going once Clay comes back into the lineup, and I mean, he's only a third-year player. He's going to have ups and downs. But if Clay comes back into the lineup and JP3 is leading the second unit, man, how are you stopping this offensive juggernaut? I mean, they're leading the league in scoring. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they're right up there. They have scored over 100 every single game this season. So JP3 gone from 12 points to 18. He looks like a player. JP3 is balling, and that's when I want to move on to Andrew Wiggins. Now, Andrew Wiggins has been up and down in recent years. That's why I want to talk about him with JP3, because Andrew Wiggins this year, I mean, it started last year, you could say. Two-way Wiggs. Andrew Wiggins is locking people down. I seen a clip the other day of all Andrew Wiggins contest over Kevin Durant and James Harden. His performance on James Harden the other day was really big. His offensive game is starting to come as well. He's not shooting as many long twos as we want to see him shoot. I mean, he shot a fair bit today against the Detroit Pistons. But Andrew Wiggins, he is the number one draft pick, but I feel like, I mean, he's in that perfect job. I like to call the perfect job. I mean, he's getting paid $30 million to be a third option, but I feel like that's what he's going to thrive in, a third option. And once Clay comes back, I feel that's going to unlock Wiggs. They won't be able to just key on Steph. I feel like there's going to be slashing opportunities for Wiggins. I mean, we see that massive dunk over Karl Anthony Towns just a week ago. It was absolutely huge. He had that breakout game against the Wolves, and he's just continued. It's gone up. He's at 26, 27, 23 against the Nets, and then he finished with 27 today as well. So Andrew Wiggins, as well as started the trip as well, will start really well against the Hornets. He is looking very, very good. I mean, if he keeps this up, Clay returns, what happens there? I want to move on to Draymond Green and the defense. Okay, so the Dubs are 14-2. Their two losses coming against the Memphis Grizzlies and the Charlotte Hornets, where they both conceded 100 points. Now, mind you, that first game against the Grizzlies did go to OT. Golden State have a 20-point lead, but their defense, they are ranked number 1 in defense by quite a margin. Last year, they ranked 4th, and they've taken it to a whole new level this year. This is without Clay. Jonathan Kuminga off the bench has been really good defensively, but it's been led by none other than Draymond Green. Draymond Green, Gary Payton as well off the bench has been good. Draymond Green, I feel like the Olympics done him a world of good. I mean, he come in refreshed, hit the ground running. He's looking really sharp. He's averaging around 8 points, I think like 8 assists and around 7 rebounds. Draymond Green has been very good this year for the Golden State Warriors. Gary Payton off the bench has been good for their defense. And I think they're conceding, I think it's around 96 points. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's off the top of my head. But it's like the best defense in the league. And I wanted to draw similarities to their 2015, 2016, 2014, 2016 run with the Golden State Warriors. People forget, they were a really good defensive team. I mean, we look at some of the stats. They were a really good defensive team back then. I mean, their crazy offensive games, you had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. I mean, they went off. We know that. But you guys, I think people forget they had Sean Livingston, who played some OKD. You had Andrew Bogut, who was a really good rim presence, which I feel like that's what they need. We don't know if James Wiseman's going to allow that. I'm going to talk about it a bit later on, but I feel like that's what they're lacking. Kevon Looney, yes, he competes, but he's not that rim presence, rim protector that Andrew Bogut was and JaVale McGee was when they had them big runs. So I feel like that's one thing they're lacking. They do have the best defense, and Draymond Green is looking pretty sharp, but if they are going to be like the 2014, 2016 Warriors and really compete, defense wins championships. Can they keep up this defensive rating? I think it was like crazy. I mean, Gary Payton's coming in. He's being a pest. Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, they are coming in and providing some really good minutes just for defense. I mean, JP3 struggles on the defensive end. I talked about Steph's defense, but if they're going to win the NBA championship or go close, the defense, I feel like they need some rim protecting. Can James Wiseman bring that in? Draymond Green, don't really know what I can say about him. Another point guard on the court for the Dubs. Let's move on. So I want to talk about the bench real quick. So this does bring similarities as well to the Golden State Warriors in 2014, 2016, like I spoke about with their defense and Draymond Green. You had Barbosa, Livingston. These are some of the players who did filter through the bench. David West. I know they all didn't play on the bench at the same time, but I mean, Mo Buckets. You had Festus Ezeli. And you had none other than Andre Iguodala. Now, Andre Iguodala is in the bench as we speak. You've got Gary Payton, who's playing well. You've got Damian Lee coming in. He's contributing. You've got Bally, who had like the best plus minus for like 3-4 weeks. I'm not too sure if he does, but Gary Payton leads the league in steals with Alex Caruso, I think, in the limited minutes. Their bench is very strong. Now they're starting to implement Jonathan Kuminga, who's a rookie. We've seen what he can do. He's very athletic. He's got a lot to learn, though. I feel like it's going to take a little bit for him to come along, but their bench is deep. Once you add Klay Thompson to the lineup and you add James Wiseman will probably go to the bench. You add Jordan Poole to this bench to run the second unit with Andre Iguodala, who looks like young Andre Iguodala. Man, I don't even know what to say. Is it the deepest bench in the league? Please let me know in the comment section down below. I mean, the Lakers have a pretty good bench as well. Is it the deepest bench? We don't know. But it's a pretty good bench. I mean, I think it's like ranked. I think it's top 5 benches in the league at the minute. I mean, Bally's balling. Otto Porter, he was a starter of the Chicago Bulls. He's gone and taken a bench role. He's shooting, I think, over 40% from the 3. He's playing really well. I can go on about the bench. The bench is probably the deepest in the league. And once you add Jordan Poole there to run the second unit with Iggy, Otto Porter, Kevon Looney might go to the bench if Wiseman starts. Scary hours. So, we all know in a few weeks, the Golden State Warriors should get Klay Thompson and James Wiseman back. Now, Klay Thompson, he has started participating in 5-on-5. We did see some footage of him before the Charlotte game in his full uniform, warming up, knocking threes down. What they're saying, Brian Windhorst reported that Klay Thompson is back. Now, we don't know what that means. Klay Thompson hasn't played an NBA game for 2 years. His last game was the NBA Finals where he done his ACL, and then later on he did his Achilles just a week out before, actually the day of the NBA draft. So, Klay Thompson, what does he bring? Will he unlock this Golden State Warriors offense once he returns? I mean, he returns James Wiseman for that ring. I mean, James Wiseman, Golden State were a lot better without Wiseman last year, but I feel like a second year, if he's put on weight, it all hinges on Klay Thompson, this championship run. I feel like if Klay comes back, if he's, let's say, 70, 80% of Klay, this team, man, I don't want no part of it. Their bench is already deep enough. When we talk about Klay Thompson and James Wiseman returning to this team, man, this is scary. Everything I talked about the bench, everything I talked about their defense. Klay Thompson, we don't know if he's going to be the defender, but if he comes back and adds 18, 20 points a game, Wiseman gets you 10 boards because they do struggle on the offensive boards, on the defensive boards. Look out. Klay Thompson, what will he do in his return? I can't wait to see him return. There's not much I can say about Klay. We haven't seen him for 2 years. James Wiseman, like I said, he's a rookie. Will he go to the next level? I'm pretty sure if he played for like another team, like a younger team, he'd average a lot. But let's go on and I'll give my final prediction. Okay, my final prediction. I just want to go over this. My biggest threat in the West are the Golden State Warriors, but it hinges on one team. Well, I could say 2 teams. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Utah Jazz. Even the Phoenix Suns. You know what? 3 teams. The Phoenix Suns, the Utah Jazz, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I did want to put the Denver Nuggets in here, but the Denver Nuggets, you could possibly say, I don't think they're going to go as far without Jamal Murray. We don't know when Jamal Murray's going to come back. Kawhi Leonard's injured as well, so I could add them in. But my 3-4 teams who are a threat to the Golden State Warriors, the Phoenix Suns, just for their size, they've got Jay Crowder, they've got DeAndre Ayton. I don't know who Golden State matches up with Ayton. Is Draymond too small? We've seen him guard Anthony Davis. Then you've got the Utah Jazz, who are just balling. Are they just a regular season team? We don't know. But my biggest smoky of the Los Angeles Lakers, I mean, LeBron James just came back today, but their defense needs some. Their defense is horse slacker. I mean, I don't know what to say about their defense. Can Westbrook and LeBron coexist? We don't know. I mean, Westbrook looks lost when LeBron's on the court. They've only played like a handful of games, so we've got to give them the leeway. We've got to give them a chance to get continuity going. Is Anthony Davis going to stay healthy when he's on the floor? He's been really good. Their role players have been really bad. I mean, besides Carmelo Anthony, their role players, Wayne Ellington, Kent Bazemore, Rondo's been okay. Their role players, I mean, Austin Reeves has probably been their best role player besides Carmelo Anthony. Have been really bad. I mean, Kent Bazemore was actually pretty good for the Dubs last year. They're my biggest threats to the Golden State Warriors. But if Klay comes back and he's 80% Klay, they are winning the Western Conference. I don't see any team beating them at the minute if Steph's healthy and everything stays the same. I just think the Lakers have too many question marks. Can they play defense? Can Anthony Davis stay healthy? Can LeBron stay healthy? I mean, he's been injured of late. But that's my take. That's why I think the Golden State Warriors are the biggest threat. They play the best D. They've got the 2 most lethal shooters in the world, Klay and Steph, and we don't know what Klay's going to be like. But Andrew Wiggins is a third option, and he's averaging around 20 points. Jordan Poole, Andre Iguodala. The Golden State Warriors are a threat. They are my pick to win the Western Conference. I do want to do a video about the Los Angeles Lakers, so please let me know if you guys want to see me do this like this again. I've actually really enjoyed it. Please comment down below who you guys think is going to win the West. I hope you have a really nice day. Stay blessed. We have a lot of NBA to play. It's only been 16 games. Could be an overreaction, underreaction. Please let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video on the channel. Stay blessed.